curious how you decipher the call from not the call now.
Yeah. I wish I knew like an answer to that. I feel like that might be one that's kind of unanswerable. Like you have to just
Yeah.
sense it, or like you have a feeling of it. And that's also why maybe it's so hard to gain access to it, because you have to trust your own sense of what I've referred to as the call in the book. Although it does seem pretty clear, like if I slow down and like sit with something, does that feel more like it's like a maybe ego satisfying thing, or is something that isn't really a reflection of me, but it maybe feels like it would be good to do, or it would provide maybe some money, or it would provide like some status or something. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, but they have a tendency to cloud, I think, uh, what feels like a pure expression of the call. And I know that was an ongoing thing through writing this book. It's like, why am I actually writing this? It's because it was a thing that just came to me and it felt very pure and true. And now I want to just bring it to tangible fruition. But all the time there was this other voice of like, looking into the future of, I want to make the cover look cool. So I'd spend time on the cover, or think of like the ways that I might market this, or like reach out to a publisher and I'm only like halfway through or something like that. It's just, I would be pulled into these other things that were not actually related even at all to just the creation of it. So maybe along the lines of that, there's like, you can just trust the act of creation and hope that if it's coming from a current space, and this, I don't know if this is actually true, or like if this is the case, but it seems to just be continuing to sort of work out. But if I can just trust that the creation is coming from the current space and just keep doing that every day, that's what will lead to good stuff. Or maybe the good stuff doesn't even matter. Like if that's what I'm doing every day, that's a good way of living. Just the thing that I'm doing today, I can gauge if it's coming from what feels like a genuine current space, or if it's not. And if it's not, either maybe find a way to let go of it or change it to make it be more of a current expression. Uh, and then just trust that the rest will take care of itself in the way that it should. And so it exists that way for the book for me right now. Like, so what should I be doing? Should I be trying to like market this thing or share this thing? And why am I doing those things? That's like an ongoing question for me. I do want people to experience it, but it's a tricky thing. Not like for any other reason than just to have you like feel this feeling that to me feels so good. Like if I can only slow down and remember it, and it feels so good to share it too. And like I can feel like in an interpersonal vibration when the other person is feeling the same thing, and it just is a really good feeling. And that's like my main, I guess, compass in terms of what is an authentic creation versus what feels like it's more of less authentic or instrumental, or like maybe ego. Or in the book I use the term I me, like for the kind of ego self. I like to not use words that are very commonly used, because then it can sort of easily fall into an existing idea of what that thing is. It's like, oh, the ego, I know what the ego is. Uh, I've read all about it, but then that makes it a thing. And so like I me is the term, like I is the original notion of there being some sense of an I who's separate from you, which is like founded in just basic language. And then I develop a story of me on top of that. And all of this creates this like separation from my naturalness, which isn't really I. That's a word used to describe me and isn't really my name or all these things about me. It's just like, it's just this. And yeah.
I love your views on creativity so much. I wish everyone uh, it's like a reminder for myself, and something I want to write about somewhat soon is this idea of for its own sake, really the process, like doing things because the act of doing it is fulfilling. And I think I encourage people, and I know in my own journey that I've I've done a lot of things that are close to like the thing that I do in some ways, in different worlds, different kind of spheres of the same energy of personal development or growth. And I've been able to really like, I think it's great to do all the things, because then you can start to, you'll have more nuance. Oh, when I'm doing that thing, yeah, I'm kind of, something feels a little like not, it's good, I'm
Hmm.
making an impact, but like it feels a little off. Or but I come here and I'm like, whoa, like this is it. Like this is the thing where I'm
Hmm.
really, and I think it's okay to yeah, then there's this one thing where maybe you do it and it's, maybe it's a good paycheck, and maybe you do it because we need to survive. And so there's like this aspect of like finding that balance. And and I also think if you had just zoned in, right, on like what you said, if you just
Hmm.
zone in on the like authentic stuff,